Hello, good evening.
Hi Aditi.
Hello.
Hello.
Sorry, since I'm managing all the links and sending and invites myself, sometimes it goes a little haywire. Apologies for that.
No
That's all
worries.
right. And also, Tag Mango is a tool also that I have just started to put everything together. So that's also something that I'm learning. But it's quite cool. So if somebody is also wanting to build a consulting or a coaching business, that will be quite nice to build on Tag Mango. So today, one second, let me look at my tracker. Uh, did I say something about a particular session for today?
Lead management part three related to this thing.
Post.
Paid ads, I think.
Okay, so do you guys want to do paid ads today, or do you want to look at perhaps dashboards or systems of referrals, etc., which I've already shown you, so it's not much. I can talk about the ads if you guys think that you are in that space and would like to learn or try as well.
For me, Aditi, I think the dashboard part can be helpful right now because I'm
Okay.
not in that.
Yeah, I know, which is why I was asking that. Okay,
But
so let's do one thing that let's talk about how you can serve a client. And I would have done some bits of it here and there during the session because now we are nearing towards the end. So a lot of it has been covered. So initial part we can do for managing the leads, etc. And after that, we can discuss paid ads. Paid ads is a small thing that, can be done in about 10, 15 minutes, 20 minutes or so, and then after that it's practice only, right? Uh, okay, one second. Second, just okay. By the way, there are these lot of opportunities that I've posted on the community. Please do go through them today. There are some good ones, some of them I know itself. Try applying for any one of those that you're interested in. A lot of them are very, very relevant to what you guys are doing. Okay. So,
Aditi, a quick question here.
Yeah, tell me.
Yeah, I've gone through the openings that you're posting. I think majority of them are for SMM or video editors.
Yeah,
So is it, I mean, uh, I'm currently operating as a VA, but then into creative side as well. So is it mandate to upgrade to an SMM or into video editing? Because I'm not very comfortable in SMM. I think a lot of editing and skills are required. I mean, that's what I feel. So I'm just asking. I haven't seen many openings on VA admin or a little bit of creative.
yeah. No, you can continue, but become specialist in like some form of virtual assistant, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like either like a sales, you can become a funnel specialist because you're already designing websites, right? So learn
Mm-hmm.
more about funnels. So for example, I am creating a landing page where people will come and see everything about me and then register for the webinar. I'm also creating another funnel where, which I was talking to you about also, is that as a service based freelancer of like,
Yeah.
I create landing pages and if I run either ads on it or just organic traffic goes there and people book a call with me. So you could help me, like,
Mm-hmm.
my sort of personality do that entire thing that, we'll start generating leads for you. We'll start creating landing page. Ultimately, all you need to do is learn three things. One is automation, which I was talking to you about yesterday, which was
Yeah.
super profile, ManyChat, anything that they can afford. The second is creating a landing page. It can be done on Wix, it can be done on any one of these funnels, on TopMate, etc. And the third thing is basic idea of how to get organic traffic, if not paid traffic. So if you combine these three together, right, you're solving one of the problems that I told, make money.
Mm-hmm.
Right, so you're helping people make money, so you can tell you can focus on lead generation, and that can become a very strong sort of proposition.
Okay, being as a VA also, you're saying I can
Yeah,
specialize
yes,
in.
you can be a like assistant who helps
Mm-hmm.
like the this I'm giving an example, you think about it a little more, like for coaches who are trying to build up their coaching business. So you set that entire thing up. For example, you guys are seeing and learning Tag Mango, right? Like learning as it, because
Yeah,
you
yeah,
go into that and
yes.
you're clicking on the link and coming and you see where courses are. So same thing, you can help somebody else set that up.
Yeah.
Right, so that again, that's a website builder. I can show it to you one second. Um, I'll share my screen. So this is all that you need to learn here also, and this you can do. So for example, there are page builders here, which you can specialize in service pages. So if you see, I am trying to build something for the webinar. Now I'm changing the positioning and I'm changing the messaging and all, right? So learn how to use social media to make this money. So if you see this, already a template is there, but I'm creating this for my webinar, right? It'll get updated. Abhi tak to updated nahi hai. This is the part that you could help with, right? You create the landing pages and then products में यहाँ पे courses होते हैं. So that, I mean, basically here you start creating it. I already have it. So you'll see that you can help them understand कि course कैसे करना है उसमें, how do you segregate it, how do you do all of that. This can be a good thing that you do because you're already in the website design part of it. Like do some research on this, because just this little upgrade of helping with the LMS can help you reach more coaches.
Okay, noted, Aditi. Thank you.
Yeah. Okay. Sorry, everybody is thinking about those job opportunities. Okay. Yeah, let's move on to this. So this is one of the most important part. Uh, Give me one second. I'll stop sharing and put my WhatsApp on mute. Yes. Sound. Yeah. I nicely get lost looking at messages sometimes. Okay. So this is one of the most important parts of how do you charge more to clients, right? So these are some of the components that you should immediately do as soon as client. Okay, I'm stuck, I think. Yeah, now this seems better. Yeah. So for client onboarding, the first thing that should go within 24 hours is a welcome mail with if there is a contract you can do using ChatGPT for now, project timeline, key contact details, etc. Contract finalization, ensure that all the legal documents are signed. If you are using, there are a lot of things, DocuSign and Zoho or whatever, just figure out, Google it. You can send it for signing, that you can do. Then you can have like a briefing session, initially telling what you're going to be doing, and then finally a payment setup. So there are two things that people typically do for companies. I send a sample of an invoice of what I'm going to be charging, or not, of what I'm going to be sending to them beforehand, that you can already register my number through UPI or NEFT or whatever, depending on the amount, because sometimes it might get delayed, or sometimes if you're asking for a, what do I say, advance payment, so that might be needed. Right. So the next step here is where I know some of you have reached out to me and I've been speaking also, is that in the scope of work has to be defined here very clearly, right? You will have to mention very specifically, and this is a product of experience. So right now you will make mistakes. You will be in a position where you'll be like, ki, when you say one change, they'll be like, ki, theek hai, one change, whatever. I'll give one change, then you do one change or whatever, all those things they can do. The more you start working with clients, the more defined it becomes. Intellectual property right. If you are being the creator or the face of it, you should keep the IP rights and let them, this is again not compulsory, but for example, if I am being a presenter for somebody else and I am being the face, then I should keep the IP or figure those things out. At the moment, it's not very important, but usually you can hand them over the IP, right? Which means that the website is theirs, the social media account creatives are theirs. You've just created it, but please mention one thing in the contract, or tell them that I would like to use your work as a showcase or case study for my other projects. Uh, in that, mention it in the contract. Don't ask for permission, because most people will be like, nahi, dik jayega or whatever. Don't mention it, just tell them, right? These are just things that overall contract has, but liability could be that, your time availability, or liabilities could be things like, if you need to invest something that will be additional, like a tool, etc. Right? And how do you resolve any disputes that arise, like if you are not agreeing on something, right? So how do you close this out? This is again very detailed. This is usually for companies. So the last two, I mean, termination clauses, please mention, right? If you give a 7-day notice, 15-day, or a 30-day notice, whichever, the same can be given by the client, right? That you have to give me a 7-day notice for closing it, or a 15-day, or whatever you can decide it, you can also give that, right? This is also one of the important things. Otherwise, a lot of clients, like I have also made this mistake with some people I've hired, is like, my client told me that stop working from tomorrow, and I told the freelancer also, right? So what happened is that, let's say they closed it on 20th March instead of 30th March, so they'll get paid for 20 March, because I made a mistake of not putting that टर्मिनेशन क्लॉज कि आपको और 10-15 दिन का तो वो करना ही पड़ेगा, राइट? फी स्ट्रक्चर एंड पेमेंट schedule. A lot of times you'll have to be like कि if you're charging, let's say 30,000, and if it is 10,000 advance, 10,000 once you deliver something, and 10,000 after completing the entire project. Whichever you figure those out, ask ChatGPT in this. Payment penalties, we add it, but I don't think we can legally enforce it, unless if it's your personality where you can get things done or get money out of people, then that's great. Expense reimbursement policies, if you are investing in something separately, then you should put this. A lot of clients that sometimes tell you to come to office or come to meet them, you tell them that expenses will be reimbursed by you. मैं क्यों कैब का खर्चा देके जाऊं unless I am interested in it, right? I sometimes go because I'm working from home all the time. So once in a while, I go to a client's office and sit there. But if they are forcing me to come down, it should be there. You mention it specifically of all that. Currency and tax consideration is for other countries if you're doing it, right? So then you don't give a 10,000 rupees, you convert that and you give a slightly higher amount because the currency can go up and down, right? So if it's $100 is, I don't know, some 87 rupees or 90 rupees, something like that, right? So it means 9,000 rupees for the $100. So you can put it at uh like maybe $110 or 120. So all of those small things you will learn slowly. And refund conditions. So for example, in December, I was working with a client, and initially I did the strategy and I was writing the post, but he basically, I don't know what he wanted, to meet with me every day, 30 days, or like 30 minutes every day. And then he wanted me to explain the logic behind every post. So I was like, no, this is too much to be done. I will just do the strategy call and hand it over. So I closed it midway. It was 1 to 30th December, it was for 30K. I closed it on 25th 22nd December actually, and I charged 15K. I was like ki chodo 5 din ka, I don't want to again get into something like that. So they were like ki, can you refund the money to me? But I had specifically mentioned that as soon as we do the strategy for you, the money that we get is not going to be there. So I was able to get that out. But people will tell you that, and people will force you, they will do lot of things. Like there is a lot of, how do I say ki, matlab, there's a lot of underbelly to this also that can come, which is like people will force you, threaten you, and sometimes you might be wrong, sometimes other people might be wrong. ठीक है, हर बार होता है. I am not saying that only the other side is wrong. Sometimes you will make mistakes, but then imagine, for some reason, your name getting dragged on LinkedIn or Instagram saying, this is what happened. It happens, right? Somebody who's angry and emotionally charged can do that. So everything is mentioned and everything is clear is something that you have to take care of. If you're onboarding vendor partners right now, because I sort of work with the people I trust or know, or I'm sharing the work, I don't do NDAs and contracts, right? But then, like for example, when I work with some of the agencies, I have an NDA signed that some of the clients that I have worked with, I might not be able to take their names, all of those kind of things, right? uh okay. Professional invoicing, use GetSwipe.in. This is a very simple thing. I don't know if I've taught this earlier or not. Just log into this. अरे भाई, इतना, one second. 30014. Some invoices that I had sent earlier. Um, what is this? Arey yaar. This is a sample invoice I had created by showing to somebody. Cancel invoice. Okay. So now this is very simple. Once you log in, you'll come to this dashboard. You can do it on Canva also. I have done for Canva, and I can upload that template also. It's just um, name, bank account details, name of the person, and their GST number, etc. I will share that with you. But if you create invoice here, it'll be very nice, easy to do, right? I'll show you. So search customer here. The customer will give you the registered name, right? So let's see if I have my oh, I've not set up all of this. Okay, fine. Let me just take one of the customers that I had. So here they will give you that details, right? If it's a customer, you can do it. Otherwise, if it's not, you can just create it simply. Invoice date, due date, you can put it here as maybe by 31st March can be cleared. Here, you have to add a new product, right? And what I have done is that I have added per post cost, retainer cost, everything here. So I'll give you some example. Um, this is sometime back, but 500 rupees per tweet for PR write up, 10,000 for social media post, 3,000 rupees per post. Script writing services, 30,000 if it's a retainer amount. This is for a particular client. And I can create any new product. I can, for example, write product item is LinkedIn posts, or you can just create LinkedIn retainer, whatever you want. You can put that amount. You can put a individual amount. So let's say, let's put this LinkedIn posts amount. Start with, you are starting at 500 rupees, something like that. So that's completely okay. Primary unit is pieces. That's, I think, fine. All that is, this seems a little complicated, but it makes your life really, really easy. Okay. You've added the item. Right. Now, this is only because first time we are doing it. So let's say LinkedIn posts. Unit price is 500. You can write how many have you, let's say, written for me or for some client. You've written two pieces. Okay, so you will see that the price has come 1,000 rupees. Everything is here. My bank account has already been added. I had added it. And they've asked me to add my signature also. So now I can just save this. So you see this 1,000 rupees invoice has been generated. I click on this, view it. You see the invoice is ready. It already has all my details. I'm just scrolling through it because this is getting recorded. It has my address, phone number, everything. Here it is for the company that I am going to bill for, my bank account details, everything done. Now, this is the first time so set up. Now, every month that I want to bill them, I can just select the name of the company or the name of the person and name of the product that I'm going to do, or otherwise add. Right? This is a very professional way of doing it. So I would recommend that try something out this way. Otherwise, let me look at Canva. For example, I can show this. So I follow the same thread and I keep creating invoice. So this was something that I created on 12th September 2024. Um, if you see, this is basically the name of the company, that it will go to date, invoice, billed by, name of my account, etc. The retainer price. Right? Just download this as a PDF and share it. So now if you see, I mean, I'm not going, but if you keep scrolling, there are a lot of pages in this. I think there are some 50, there are 29 pages in this. So basically every single month, every single thing that I'm sending individually goes, this is to one particular client. For every particular clients, I have separate invoices, right? So that's how you can create professional invoices. You can have automated reminders. So basically, GetSwipe has automated reminders, but Canva, you have to do that manually. Right? That's fine. I think initially shouldn't be बहुत ज़्यादा a problem. Right. Now, if you think, which happens to me a lot, I think I have this, like, of course, it's not diagnosed, but some version of ADHD where I'm like, I sit for 12 hours and then would have actually worked for 4 5 hours only. Uh, Sometimes I get distracted. I'm just going through, like, there are so many websites or tabs open, nothing happens. So what I do is that I plan for daily, weekly activities. So weekly, which clients to cater to, and daily, what clients to cater to. Earlier, I used Toggle to track how much time it was taking. That is how I came to know how much time it takes for me to write. Toggle is basically like a clock, or if you have a physical clock or a timer, use that. In this, it's very simple. You can In this, very simply, you can use Toggle. You'll be able to start tracking exact time, and that will help you with pricing also. Rescue time is also something that basically blocks your Instagram and all after 30 minutes. So things like that you can use whichever you think is taking time, right? And with this, I think there's just one more slide left. So now I'd done some research and I was looking from this is that once you are able to bring all of these, right, and this I have brought in GetSwipe, I brought it this year after 1.5 years of freelancing. Earlier also, anything I did on Canva only, like before, in my job, if I used to send Canva invoices. So if you see 2024, the first invoices, right, that time I don't know if it was July or something. That is the first time I billed her, right? So that was also when I was already in job. So this usually typically increases your revenue because there's a professional system to it. The delays are so much more lesser because everything is programmed, organized. See, ultimately you can't hire a lot of help when you're starting off initially, right? So you have to do it. So you have to manage and create systems for it. Now, systems, what can be systems and SOPs, like Sunita had rightfully said earlier, that it seems like a very complicated word, but it is as simple as telling something like, "Ki set it on the calendar of your Google, of Gmail, right? Put it on a calendar that every day or every 2 days you do that." I have a calendar for the last Friday of every month where I have to send invoices. All these coaching calls, usually I've put it on a calendar, but I think this time I'm being a very, like, just in time sort of a person. Just before the call, I'm changing it, but I usually set up the time and allow that to happen also. And this has reduced my disputes, problems, and challenges a lot, right? Like, for example, I wrote a sample for a client in November, and it was a very detailed research, right? Like, I think it would have taken 10 12 hours of my time, and this person also helped me, and I was going to pay her some amount of money. I mean, I am going to pay her, but I am not going to get that money from the client. So if I had put some things in place that, once after I'll show you some sample. I'm okay with the first version. So we did 3 versions of the samples, and then he went missing, right? So I should have maybe charged him after the first sample only, like, it was 2 more iterations, and he was the CEO of a company. So I completely did not, and it's a pretty large e-commerce company, right? So I did not imagine that he would do that or stop responding to me. So now that could have been reduced, but that has been the only case in the last 1.5 2 years, right? So this will end up less disputes. You can tell that it's not mentioned in the contract, I'll have to charge higher. All of those things start becoming easier. So with this, I think this bit of it is over because it's a smaller section of what you're needing to do, but it's a very important part because this differentiates you from, like, somebody who's charging just 5,000 overall for the month to somebody who can charge 40, 50, 60K. So use this differentiation, learn from it, and create systems in place. Now I will open this up for any questions. And if you don't have questions, then I can quickly show the ads also, or ads we can do next week also. So next week we are going to be doing mock sales calls. Um, along with that, we could do the ads also. That's completely okay. I can answer questions. So today also, there's a meeting at 8 o'clock for batch 7. So this will get closed at 8 sharp. So we have about 24 minutes. Hey Anu, please go ahead.
I was actually thinking to request you a session regarding client onboarding and how to deal with client when the work starts. Now I'm slightly struggling with the setting the boundaries because I know this person already, so it's becoming difficult when the scope changes. I think I've already discussed with you today. So whatever points you discussed today, I just feel like you're talking to me. I'm actually struggling now. How should I say that no to few of the things that they're additionally asking now? But
Hmm.
then I made a mistake in the proposal as well. When I see the PPT that you're sharing, I would have maybe got a clear contract or
Yeah,
kept that things very in detail in the proposal.
yeah,
Since it's a known person, I think I kept those bullet points very vague. Did not
yeah,
mention how many number of like pages of the website or sections. I mean sections of the website.
yeah,
What will be the minor changes that I'll be supporting for 15 days. All those.
yeah.
So it's a learning, but then I don't know how will I communicate it properly so that the personal bond also will not break.
So, this is very important that once things are done, then
Yeah, yeah.
we realize the challenge comes, right? But even
Yes.
for, so my husband told me something, and that was like, that related with me a lot. So I asked, so he's a program manager. So I asked, can
Mm.
you manage everything for me, right? I will pay you, of course, not a lot because I am also starting off. Like I can't give you the salary that you make. So he told, I can do this, but are you willing to listen to honest feedback and are you willing to listen to me when I tell you something? I was like, no. So then he was like, then it's difficult. So that happens, right? Because
Yes, yes,
uh,
yeah.
unless you set those boundaries uh pretty early on, and then I was like, no, if we fight then I'll perhaps take it personal or whatever, right? So that can
Yes.
happen. So initially you put that in saying that, since I know you, you can add that, since we've known each other for
Mm.
such a long time, I am adding this, so it feels like you are listening to him, and but before that you tell them that, because I am working and it sort of like, if it's a doctor, just imagine telling that one client only sits and decides to chat with you whole day. You won't be able
Yeah.
to make money, right? So we do need to have clients to make money. One thing that you should do, I think, is create a sustenance Loom video or a Zoom video
Mm.
for how to manage Wix. Don't send this to people before, because then they will use this to
Yeah.
sort of create it themselves. But you can take the top 5 questions that are coming and create a Loom or a Zoom video on it saying, how do you connect a domain name, right? Here is what I would do, record that. Then create it on like how to create a new page. So you go to the left section,
Mm.
sorry, choose some option, etc., and create it. So essay, do the FAQ of what is the question that's repeatedly coming, and that's
Mm.
what we call a system. That whatever repeatedly comes, create a set of videos of 4 5 videos together, that here is something that you can do it. Or if you want me to manage it, then I can have a retainer cost for you.
Yeah, I think the scope was kind of vague. I think that I set in the proposal.
Yeah,
Um, Even the client is not asking like how will they manage if I'm not there after 15 days of minor support. Now
correct.
they're asking to add few things which I'm not able to categorize if is it really a major change or minor change. Because
Yeah.
I did not define in my proposal stating that
Mm.
I'll be there for 15 days with for just for supporting minor changes. But I
Mm.
didn't define what is minor change.
Yeah, yeah,
Then I
correct.
was like, okay, maybe replacing something, not
Yeah,
adding something new. Because if
yeah,
I add something, the total alignment is going off.
correct.
Now today, that's something I added it. I'm like, okay, mobile view is totally gone now. Now I'll have to rework on that. So
Yeah,
yesterday we had it on the website. Today only they're asking some changes, but I would have made it clear.
Yeah.
And now he's just sticking on that proposal. He's like, you agreed for 4 pages of website. You gave me only 1 page. I'm like, okay, but additionally, so much I did.
Yeah. So that is what will happen. So Wix typically chooses a one-page plan itself.
Yes,
So
yeah.
you say that, you click through it. So also people do like ki 4 pages means 4 clickable pages that
Yeah,
are
that's what.
separate, right?
Correct, right, yeah.
So remember that. So you can say a one-page website with 6 sections or 8 sections or 4-page website like that. So those things will come slowly. That's okay. I mean,
Yeah.
the initial frustration is good that
Yeah,
you're going through.
today I made a note the entire paragraph, like what I learned from this client so that I can. The second client website is also going on. For as of now, she didn't ask me anything, but then I'm proactively updating every day what is happening.
Yeah.
But I am thinking that tomorrow maybe I shall get on a call or send an email stating that once again confirming on the proposal
Yep.
so that this will not get repeated. Because I
Correct.
did not mention that how many sections. I just said that 4 sections and 4 pages. So maybe
Yeah.
he expected that each page will have one section on the website.
Correct.
But
Correct.
Aditi, would you suggest actually having 4 separate pages when your content is short? I mean, they don't have too long content. It's very brief.
No, that's okay, right? Like, because
Okay.
that's okay. That's a personal choice of how they want
Mm,
it to be. Short pages
mm,
are also fine. Usually, I mean, this is a personal choice. So this can be
okay.
like you can either recommend ki kya karna hai, or you can tell that, see, people don't have time. They just go through one page. So
Yeah.
you can tell that's long. Or you can say that, for some people who are older might like going through pages. So depending on the need of the client, you tell them. But this is not something that's very major, I think.
Okay, but then we'll get the content after agreeing only, right? Since it's a medical
Yeah.
uh, department,
हाँ
I asked
मतलब
them
this
content should be
this
given.
you
Yeah.
decide while you're making the proposal,
That's
while
what
discussing with
was
them.
the mistake. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because later on, I was thinking, what if the client is giving a very long content for each section?
Yeah.
Then maybe keeping everything in one page become too long. But then only
Correct.
after seeing the content, I'll get to know, right? But content was shared after agreeing on the proposal.
So you can
Maybe
ask
after
them, do you have the content? Also, that is something that you can add on and work with
mm,
somebody, which is if they don't have the content ready, then
mm,
either you can write it yourself, which is, I think, right, fine. You can use Claude and then edit it out if they are okay with it. You can do that and add up the cost, right?
mm.
And then, of course, based on that, you can charge for the design.
The design can be only planned after seeing the content, right? I mean, that is
I
also
mean,
a
not
caveat.
necessarily.
Okay.
You can edit out the content also based on the structure and the design of like how you want it to look like, right? Like if there is no need for such a long piece of content, then okay. But yes, this is at the proposal stage. You have to figure out ki what are the
Mm-hmm.
things that they want to talk about. Do they have a list of pages that they want? Once you have that, then you tell them that which one. But yeah, ideally, if it's long, then it's better to have separate pages. If it's short, then one pager section
Yeah.
wise website is fine.
Yeah, I think I should keep it in mind and even in proposal that maybe they'll share the content. After that, we'll decide on pages and this.
Yes.
Then comes the package issue also. I don't know. I'm getting so many questions now.
No, no, don't
Okay,
worry. Once it comes, then you think about it. Right now,
yeah, yeah.
even it feels like that. So, like now, I am repositioning this program into so when I say freelancing, only people who are either freelancing or know a little bit about it come with the correct
Mm,
intentions. Rest of them are coming to me like data entry job, give me job, can you help me get a job?
yeah.
Well, I'm not a placement consultant, right? I'm helping you, you do the like, and which college in the world is giving you a job directly? You have to sit for interviews also, right? So people are like कि नहीं
So,
job दे दो मैं कर लूंगी जो पैसा मिलेगा I'll give you for the course. All that is happening. So then I am also trying to position it in a way which is that you learn the skills and then you make money. And this program, because I am investing my time, I'm doing one-on-one sessions, I'll perhaps increase this price to, I don't know, I haven't decided, maybe 12K, 13K, something like that, and have a lesser or a smaller version of this. And so now I'm like, should I do that? Should I teach social media? Should I teach writing? Should I like that confusion happens. So I'm like, "Ki, the best way is that just try out one thing, see what is wrong with it, try out the next thing. I mean, that's the only way to sort of figure this out. So don't
Yeah,
worry about it."
yeah, that's absolutely true. Because after getting these lessons, I'm already getting prepared for the second claim that I'll be sending a
Yeah,
mail.
yeah, yeah, yeah. Meanwhile, right now, because you're on the second client and you're like, close to finishing that as well,
Mm.
close as in at least you've start looking for clients right now
Yeah, yeah,
itself. Because if you do that while you're doing this, then the pipeline stays open.
mm,
Otherwise, once you close it, and then it'll
yeah,
take
yeah,
like a
yes,
month or so to crack.
yes. That's when I asked for a referral from the first client. Then,
Mhm.
luckily, I got for the second one. The first client only referred me
Yeah,
for the second. That's how I got the second one. But
correct.
then, yes, from there, I did not proceed, like
Yeah.
outreaching or
So
like referral.
one idea that I can give you, and this is for everybody who's doing lead generation, is that if you are from a particular place, right,
Mm.
and you know the other dentists or other doctors, I mean, this is just for Anu, for the audience, but if your health coach is there, if you know in a particular niche, Google them, right? Check the Google My Business listing if they have a website, if they have pictures or not, and offer it to those clients. So a lot of people, a lot of agencies uh, generate leads this way, that they search for doctors in, let's say, Calicut, right? So in
Mm.
Kozhikode, they could look for doctors or health coaches or healers or something like that. So once they do that, they will go on each and every link and see which has a website problem, which does not have a website, right? You see all those names and numbers on Google My Business, right? Like basically, if you type doctor in Electronic City, you will get something close by. So you can check their links if they have websites, or if they have like social media presence, etc., and offer it to them. That's actually one of the quickest and the easiest ways for lead generation as well.
Yeah, I'll try that. Thank you. I'm done with my questions.
So rest all, we'll answer more questions when you have the next client, because then that will be another new challenge that will come up.
Through this discussion also, I'm getting to learn. Like her experience is teaching me also now to prepare myself for such experience like yours and Anu's. So it's a good learning for
This
us
is
Yeah,
why
yeah.
I
also.
will charge extra for this cohort from a few months later.
Have a solid proposal, I would say that, as specific as you can.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
I do think that in a community we learn much faster, and also we get that sort of courage to try out things that alone just going through a course we might not. So that
Yeah,
is something that I want to keep doing as well.
That's why I feel कि instead of doing taking this whole work into our mind like invoices भेजना है वो सब करना है, instead of doing that, like you said, in an agency when they hire you just have to write and give it to them, बाकी का सब everything they will take.
Correct.
I am looking for those kind of work which I like कि hectic work जो भी है वो सब देख लेंगे, just
Mm.
writing part or the part which is given to us to do वो
Yeah,
करेंगे, तो बाकी का जो भी ये सब है, डॉक्यूमेंट्स भेजना है, इनवॉइसेस भेजना है, वट एवर दैट दे कैन सी. If you
correct.
are alone and you're looking at on everything, it is, I feel it is very very overwhelming for, because सब कुछ
Yeah.
देखना है, ये भी करना है. It is
Yeah.
a very big task actually, I feel.
Yeah, yeah, I keep missing things, right? I saw Tanuja's message today that was the call at 2. I was like, कि मैंने बोला तो था, did I miss telling it? Did I? Then I realized that there is a Tag Mango email
Yes,
that goes
there's
to you
too many
guys, right?
notifications us and we are like
Sorry.
confused कि 2 o'clock को भी अभी भी आ रहा है. Actually there were few notifications now also. I was like अभी कौन सा, मतलब 8 o'clock को है उसका
Yeah.
notification भी it's coming. So I was
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So
getting
I'm
confused.
like learning that also of how to segregate for the batches so that only the common things. But all of that is a challenge that like now I have earlier I was getting very stressed out that how do I manage all this because all of that. Now I'm like कि ठीक है anyway I will figure this out हो जाएगा. So I think that's very important. One more thing that I wanted to add was last year at this point of time also I was getting a lot of clients. Uh, so the mistake I had made last year was I was like, ki, okay, I am at capacity right now, and I won't take more clients. So what happens is that all those people who could have been prospects or like had the goodwill went away. So what now this time I am doing is that I am getting them and I'm speaking to some people slowly of whoever is applying to work with me, or I am reaching out. I am sending, that is again taking time. Like I have spoken to Upasana also on this and I have to send, but मतलब जब तक मैं रात में भेजने का सोचती हूँ, I'm so tired that I'm like, okay, next day. Right? So all those challenges come up, but this time what I'm like, I will spend some time training people. So so along with whatever I'm teaching you guys, I'm also trying to train you on what I am doing as a business, so that if I get leads, right, or if I am getting work, I can quickly share it with you as well. Right. And that not just builds the confidence, that helps me that everybody makes money. The client is making money, I am making money, you are making money. It's a win-win for everybody, right? So that is what I am slowly trying to do. And by the end of this year, I want to be in a place where maybe I do writing for some of it, but I am more like, I don't want to be a major agency owner because that's a headache that I want to do. But I have like a trusted, maybe 4 5 writers, 4 5 social media managers, 4 5 virtual assistants who I can be like, कि ये काम ले लो. Two ways it works out. If I am doing a lot of strategy, then we split the cost. And if I am just passing it over, but I need to have a look at it, then I can take a 10% or 20% or whatever commission saying ki you do that. But because I'm getting this lead, and I have to look at the quality overall, that commission you pay for like whatever. So all these things I have no idea on, but I am figuring it out this time. Right. So from the next batch, seventh batch, Krishna had opted for, it was a very small thing, ki 1 hour ka video dekh ke just clip it out, right? She did it quite well. So I'm like, okay, if more projects like that come, maybe she can be relevant for that sort of project, right? So that also I am slowly trying to build out for this year. Yeah. And one last update I have is that I will be offline from 8th April to 19th April. I am going for Vipassana. So the phone is going to be closed, like there is no way of reaching me. But the good news is that Anmol is taking over and he is going to do the sessions 1 week that I will not be there. So I'm going on a Wednesday. So Tuesday sessions I'll do. And I think yours will be the last couple of sessions itself. So Anmol will be there for 2 sessions. He will teach more about lead generation, how he is scraping more leads and reaching out to people and delivering. So I thought it will be a good way to get somebody as a guest also, so that you learn from his experience as a freelancer. He is going to be there on 1 second, the 14th and 15th of April. I'm just doing the logistics of it. So you'll be like sort of doing that. He will also answer questions if something is there. And Shireen, who used to help me with the course creation and everything, I have requested her to be available for these 15 days. If you need, if you don't have access to Tag Mango, if you don't have access to webinars, anything like that, she'll be able to help you. So it will move seamlessly, just that I won't be available for the 10 days.
Yeah, that's okay, Aditi. But it's a very good, I mean, decision of you going to Vipassana. I mean, I also want to go. Like it's in my bucket list.
Yeah,
But yeah, all the best to you.
thank you. It is scary, but I want to do this because uh, too much attachment to
Hmm.
things and gadgets and all of that. So that is going to be difficult, but I am excited for it.
Yeah, one question I wanted to ask actually. In the, I think Roshna had posted some few postings in the other group.
Yeah.
So I'm actually was willing to apply for one.
Mhm.
But in that form, that she's a wellness coach and she wants a facilitator for just who like the mediator between the clients, not the clients, the participants who are just enrolling for her program for 90 days. A
Hmm.
facilitator who will be in a between mediator between her and the participants. So
Yeah.
they have to look out for every meditation sessions, everything. So she was just asking for salary per month. So I didn't have any rum number. So uh, how much would be the price for that per month?
Somewhere around 5 to 10K. How much is her followers number?
Followers are more, I think, more. I think her she's starting a new 90 days batch for in the month of April, and I think she's taking 15 women for that.
How much
And
is the pricing for the course?
I didn't see that. I
Okay.
was not able to see that. It was
Okay,
like
so
few.
roughly the logic is like, for example, I'll give you my example is if I'm taking 10 students and it's at 6,999, 70,000 rupees. So I would perhaps be able to give like between 10 to 15% of it, right?
Hmm.
Because there are other costs, everything will be coming up. So
Hmm.
same way, that's why I told that if the
Okay.
15 number is there, if you have an idea of the cost, like let's say it's 10,000, so 1,15,000, 1,50,000. So you could charge between 10 to 15K there, right? And say that you're open to negotiation, but understand that, right, the person I charged 2 lakhs for making the course was because he was making 7.5 lakhs in batch 1 and then it will continue every batch, right? So
Hmm.
it's important to understand that number.
Hmm. Okay. Okay. Fine.
Yeah.
I'll put it. Thank you.
Any other questions? Otherwise, we have 3 minutes and then the call will get. Oh no, we started at 7:05. So we have about 6, 7 minutes. I'll message on the other group that we will start at 8:06 for them.
Aditi, in those job opportunities, if they're strict about the experience, number of experience
Mm.
in a certain role, so is it okay to apply there also? Like I'm little skeptical
Apply.
to. Okay.
Yeah. Uh, just develop a thick skin, mana kar denge, ignore kar denge, that's okay. Right? But a lot of places where, so I like technically I have 10 years of experience, right? So somewhere they were asking ki in social media or brand, I just need 1, 2 years of experience. I just applied. I'm like, no, this is
Mm.
relevant for me. I want to do it. They were like, oh, the money will be high. I'm like, no, you tell me what is your budget. I'll tell you what I am expecting from this, and we can come somewhere in between. So that sort of thing is completely fine. Anything else? Start lead generation, start speaking to people and drop them messages. Start connecting with people, at least do the sprinkling love of sorts. So at least people are ready.
I'm still not able to see that script writing course in my dashboard.
Oh God, 1 second. Let me do it right away. Let's see.
Hmm.
It's Sunita. How am I missing giving access to people? Uh, were you able to see the inner circle calls?
Yeah, weekly inner circle calls I can see. How to get started as a freelancer I can see. How to
Freelancer Pro.
become a professional freelancer, earning six-figure income. These three things I'm able to see.
Okay, and now you'll be able to see the hackathon. And
Hackathon, I no, I am not able to see that also actually.
just refresh, I just gave you access.
Yeah, hackathon I can see. Yes.
And now I give you access to script writing also.
Aditya, I also have a similar issue. I can see only weekly inner calls and become a professional freelancer. Only those two.
My God. How do I automate this thing? Hmm. Anu to is not there in the database only. Wow. Anu M, right? Ah, okay, okay.
Yes.
Got it. Hackathons. Nothing you have gotten access to. I have given you access to wrong things. What you're doing now? Come here. Bah, sit quietly. Script writing. GG or miss? Huh? Why is it not going to you? So I have given you access to the Freelancer Pro OS, which is the main course. Inner Circle calls I've given you access to. Script writing course I've given you access to, and now I'll give you access to Hackathon. What happened, Chotu? Why are you painting? Why painting? Mm-hmm.
Yes, I can see one more has been added. Script writing course. Yes, I'm able to see.
Mm. Thank you, thank you. God bless you. Okay, okay. Yeah, good.
He wants to play with you, I think.
Yeah. No, he wants massage. Okay. Thank you, thank you. Okay, any other questions? Anybody else who have still not given access to? Yeah, this is how dogs are in our life. He's standing on my laptop. Don't yawn.
Yes, the hackathon is also reflecting them. So, in total, four. One is becoming a professional freelancer, then weekly inner
Correct.
calls,
Yeah.
hackathon, script writing course, four.
Correct, correct. So, hackathon, the content creation one that I did with you guys, I'm uploading it there separately so that you have. And one more script writing, I think I want to update it. So that is something that I will do it over this week. A few of them I have already um I've created the content, I just need to record that. So as soon as okay, I'll try and figure out a way where like maybe I'll go one by one with all the list of, people who are in this course and then sort of give the access to them. I'll update you on that. I think we have 1 minute and lesser. You guys can join the cohort 7